Hello, and welcome to the Thursday Night Kissaten podcast. I'm your host, Cordelia. Before we start talking about the dorama today, I would like to let my listeners who have the access to the United States Netflix to know that the TV show we talked about in the first episode, the recommendations for the Solo Life Girls, now is available in the English subtitles, but only on the American Netflix. So if you're interested and also have the access, I would strongly recommend you to watch it. So today, in this podcast, we're going to talk about one of the late night dorama, which is aired in the summer 2022. The Style of Evening Drinks, 晩酌の流儀. The Style of Evening Drinks, 晩酌の流儀. This drama was aired on the TV Tokyo from July 2nd to the August 20th, from around almost 1 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. And in total it has 8 episodes. There also will be a new New Year special episodes airing on December 30th, 2022 Japan time, which actually is today, the North American time. Just want my listener to note that many good food-related shows airs around the 1 a.m. late night dorama time slot, and we will touch on them later in our episodes as well. The Style of Evening Drinks tells a story about our main characters, Miyuki, who works at a realistic company called Hope Housing. And what she does is to improve her dinner drinking experience during the evening time, after a hard working day especially. In each episode, Miyuki goes through the day from preparing food and getting her body in a good condition for relaxing time after drinking later at the night. The opening line of the dorama is, "After watching each episode, you must start drinking as well." So why not let's go and take a look at Miyuki's evening drinking style, or let's say her flow. First of all, Miyuki only drinks on the night before her day off. So because she does well at her job, she does not want anything to negatively affect her professional life. So then on the drinking day, sometimes in the morning, she places 2 beer glasses in the fridge with beer together. So in this way, at the night time, when you open the beer and pour it into the similar cold temperature glass, it brings out the best flavor of the beer. I strongly recommend my listeners to give a try for this method. It does make the beer taste really, really nice. And then at work, our Miyuki, she focuses and works very hard, and she always refuses to do any overtime or actual work. She leaves work at 8 p.m. sharp, and before shopping for her dinner ingredients, she has other things to do, such as getting her body ready for drinking. For instance, she may find a way to make her body sweat a lot. So workout, right? She does a workout by choosing, a hill path to speed walk to home, or kickboxing, or going to a sauna, or running, anything that can make her body to sweat. And she also does not drink any water from 6 p.m. onwards, because that will help makes her body appreciate the beer later more. Oh, she's so prepared for her big dinner. Then she goes to the local grocery store to choose the fresh and healthy ingredients with a discount. She's on tight budget, so she's very particular with those things. She goes home, takes a shower, then prepares the food. Once the food is ready, she pours the beer in the cold glass, and without eating anything, drinking anything, she drinks the beer like a fish. And she always makes this sound after. So you may wonder, would this actually work? Her flow, her style? I would say yes, because I did the same and tried some of Miyuki's suggestions from the show this year. And I have to say, working out and sweating a lot before drinking does bring the drinking experience to another level. All the recipes I learned from the dorama are great and easy to make as well. For example, she introduced this family-style Chinese food, frozen gyoza dumplings with ginger, duck nanbang soba, Korean cuisine, tomato sukiyaki. All of those are actually also go well so much with beer, wine, and also sake. So after trying her suggestions several times this year, drinking is not just about food to me. It was all about food at the beginning, but now the drinking is also a self-care and a relaxing routine at night for me as a young professional. So you might have already noticed that a lot of Japanese doramas talk about drinking, or you may have heard about Japanese drinking culture already. There's definitely a commercial factor behind the drinking and social culture in Japan, I believe. The drinking after work was very popular during the economic bubble period, which is from 1986 to 1991 in Japan, and it is still a thing to do today in the present time. So the alcohol itself plays a vital part of Japanese social, professional, and daily life. To Japanese, the alcohol, the sake, is considered as a priceless gift from the god. Therefore, historically and traditionally, there are many festivals and ceremonies that build upon sake making. So, for example, if you visit Japan, you might see a lot of huge sake buckets in the Shinto shrines, which is called omiki in Japanese. And for many life-related events, or even to celebrate, to pray, to chasing the evil spirits away and worship gods, all those ceremonies are involved with alcohol. People either drink the sake or pour it on their bodies during the ceremonies or on the ground. This is, I believe, is very similar to many other cultures around the world as well. So let's say if the sake is for God, then the beer is something smaller for small ceremonies that almost any adult can use to honor or reward themselves after a very hard working day. In the last episode, at the ending part, Miyuki looks at her beer glasses and thinks, what makes amazing dinner? Then the camera goes one by one to the other characters that showed up in the story. Miyuki's supervisor, having a meal or the dinner with his family. Her coworker, a younger woman, drinking with her boyfriend together in an izakaya. And another coworker, a younger guy, enjoying food and drink special and unique something that he made for himself at home. And lastly, when the night get darker, the manager of the local grocery store pouring a beer into a glass after work, opening up a box of cold chicken karaage, and telling himself tomorrow he will work hard and do his best. And this is where my tears came. Life is not easy for any of us. Working and living take a lot of energy, valuable time out of us. I would do anything to take care of myself and make myself happy in my private time because, most of the time, I just cannot afford another bad day. Saying no to actual work, saying yes to preserve a me time, Miyuki definitely shows her answer of self-love in this late night dorama. So similar to her, I choose food, books, music, learning, drinks, and watching a great food-related dorama like The Style of Evening Drinks to learn more about how to make a comfortable life or living for myself. I hope you enjoyed this episode and hope you will eat and drink something very nice tonight to reward yourself. This episode is edited by Grace and written by me, Cordelia. Any dialogue mentioned in this episode was also translated by me. Happy New Year to you, everybody, and talk to you in our next episode.